Welcome back to Ferris Sports Update. Time to recap National Signing Day for Ferris State Football, and with us is assistant coach Ryan Brady. Coach, first of all, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
This past week, National Signing Day, as we mentioned, the Bulldogs with a class of 29 recruits. Just talk overall about this year's class and what you expect these guys to add to the Bulldog football program.
Well, we feel really good about our class. It's really credit to all of our assistant coaches and Coach Denise. You know, we really had to scramble and run around, having a late start, and the class really came together really well. We feel really good about it. A lot of athletes. It's a very well-balanced class in terms of O linemen and D linemen and skill position kids. So we feel really good about it.
Certainly, you mentioned that late start. Coach Denise alluded to that in his press conference. Got a late start with the trip to the national semifinals, but got to help having that championship type of experience to sell as well.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a good problem to have, and I'll sacrifice that first month of recruiting for that any day. It was a great experience for our kids and our program, and takes us a step further than we've been. And really, looking at it now, it really hasn't really impacted our recruiting in a negative way. Really just allowed us to be a little bit more patient and probably evaluate the kids a little harder and take a harder look at some kids. So it really was a good thing for us in the long haul, and we couldn't be more excited about our class.
Over the past 5 years, how has recruiting changed with the success the Bulldogs have had since you first came in with Coach Denise?
Well, it's changed in that every year we feel like we get better at what we're doing in terms of evaluating and identifying kids and kind of what we're looking for. Like, this is a great group of athletes we just brought in, but more than that, they're great people and they got great character. And 3.3 GPA for the class. I mean, that's awesome. So we're really recruiting high academic kids, high character kids, kids from great programs. So it's really a formula for success.
We start with the out-of-state kids, 4 kids coming in from out of state, and you've been able to continue that connection you've had with some of the Florida schools. 2 kids from the state of Florida.
Yeah, it's Florida's been great to us. Corey King, quarterback from Plant City, is gonna be a dynamic player here. And Jameel Thomas, defensive back from Plant, one of the top programs in all of Tampa and Florida. He's a great kid, a great player. He was a steal for us. Couldn't be more excited about some of those out-of-state guys. And Jovan Bayless from California, modern day, and he's one heck of a football player. So I can't tell you how many people texted me and called me after watching the press conference and said, "How did you get him?" And so we do our due diligence, and we have a lot of relationships across the country, and people are always reaching out to us, giving us the tips on these dudes.
Especially with those Florida kids, how much has it helped having guys from that state that have been here before and had a lot of success for you?
Well, it's huge, and our model is the same, in the state of Michigan as it is down there. We're going to the best programs in Florida, and we're trying to recruit their best kids. And so, when we go down there and we say, hey, we got 4 dudes from Manatee, and we got a dude from Apopka, those kids are like, oh, really? And then we start telling them about kids we have, and they're like, they know those kids. So that's what makes it cool, is they're like, oh yeah, I know who he is. And so that goes a long way. And then once we get them in touch with those kids, it's like, oh wow, this is really cool, And the Ferris brand has really grown over the last 5 years, which really makes a big impact down the state of Florida.
Obviously, 4 exciting kids coming in from out of state, but the emphasis on the Michigan kids, 25 from in-state. Just talk about the relationships you've been able to build with some of the high schools in Michigan. Yeah,
Michigan it's our bread and butter. There's a lot of great football players in the state of Michigan, and we get them from all over Michigan. We got a couple from Traverse City. We got a good group from West Michigan again, Detroit, Lansing, Flint. So we scour the state of Michigan, and really this has been probably the best class we've had in terms of just athletes. We've got a lot of really good athletes from the state of Michigan, which is really exciting. A lot of skill position kids, a lot of kids that can really run and make plays, and so it's exciting.
I know Coach Denise in his press conference kind of alluded to the offensive linemen, maybe the 4 best offensive linemen you brought in here over the past 5 years.
Yeah, it was really good. Adam Sealer, he's a giant, really athletic. Cooper Clapp, really good athlete, physical. Zane O'B, just a powerful athlete. Really a lot of athleticism. And then Ben Sherman from up in Traverse City, he's just really going to be a great player. He's already 6'5 and a half, 260. He's got a great frame. I mean, he's going to be a prototypical tackle here. And so, yeah, we're really excited. Great group of O-linemen.
I know you mentioned before we went on the air about a running back from Benton Harbor, Jeremy Burrell. Talk about him.
Yeah, he's really explosive. I was surprised that he didn't have some Division I things going on, to be honest, and we were really happy to get him. He really fits our mold. He's a guy that can run in between the tackles. He's a guy that can run out on the edge, speed and space guy. And he's just a great kid with a great smile and got a great personality. And his story is great. And he's just got a lot of character, and he's going to do great things here.
Obviously, you brought in 4 quarterbacks, 4 guys to come in and challenge for some time in the future, and a key position here in terms of what you're able to do offensively.
Yeah, and they're all different, and they're all really bring different skill sets, and they're very unique. And it's a good thing when you look at, in years past, we've seen Jason Vanderlaan, we've seen Trevor Birmingham, we've seen Reggie Bell. So they come in all shapes and sizes, and they all have the skill sets that we're looking for. So, it's going to be fun to watch them compete and grow and develop over time, and they all have the ability to come here and do a great job.
You mentioned a balanced class, 13 offensively, 16 on the defensive side, and they're really spread out at a number of different positions.
Yeah, that's always key. We always try to kind of have the base philosophy to kind of recruit a football team. And that way we don't stockpile any positions, which as you grow and develop in the program, then it's kind of like, when it's your turn, it's your turn. And that's how it should work, and it's worked well here that way. And, I'd say we probably took a few more defensive backs and a few more quarterbacks. We just had to balance out our roster a little bit. And sometimes when the opportunity's there to get a good player, you can't pass up on them. And we had that happen to us a couple times this time around, and we had to jump on some dudes.
How much, in terms of recruiting, do you look at the depth? Obviously, you've been able to build some great depth here, much more than maybe the program had 5 years ago.
Well, depth is always important, but more importantly, it's you want to get the right kind of dudes, and you want to get dudes that have, that fit Ferris State. And, as bad as we want them to want us and feel the same way. So, that's important for us in the recruiting process. We want kids that want to be at Ferris, and that's why our retention rate has been so great here. We recruit the right kind of kids, and those kids really want to be here, and that really is what makes the difference between having a championship program.
What goes into that recruiting experience, and what do you try to sell to some of those kids to get them to come here to Ferris State?
Well, there's a lot to sell for sure. I won't get into all those things, but obviously we sell the winning, and we sell our culture, and we sell our relationships. That's what we're all about here. And that's kind of the first and foremost. Obviously everyone knows Ferris has got great academics, and that's important. But really, along the process, it's just getting to know the kid, and and trying to find out really kind of what they're all about, who they are, and really the more you learn, the more you fall in love, or vice versa. The more you find out, you're like, oh, maybe this dude isn't for us, So it's all part of the process, and it's one that's enjoyable, but it takes a lot of work and a lot of time, and it feels good that it's over for now.
Obviously, they'll come in here in the fall. What goes into trying to see when they come into camp, whether they're ready to play or not, or whether they use that redshirt year?
Yeah, our philosophy is we always give everyone an opportunity. If you can help us win, then you can play. So we don't ever pigeonhole a kid and say you're redshirted or you're not. We let them all come in and compete, and the cream rises to the top, and that's been how we did it for 5 years here. We played a 1 true freshman last year, and in the past we've played as many as 5, but we haven't played as many in recent years, obviously because we've got a lot of veteran players, and we're going to have a big veteran group next year with 27 seniors. So we couldn't be more excited about our team coming back next year, because we've got a lot of guys that play a lot of football here. So it should be another exciting year for Bulldogs.
Well, Coach, thanks for being with us. Congratulations on a great recruiting class, and looking forward to spring ball and the spring game coming up here in April.
Thanks, Rob. Appreciate it.
We'll be back with more Ferris Sports Update right after this.